Last week, President Trump directed the Department of War and federal agencies to begin releasing government files on UAP, otherwise known as UFOs. That is a bold move. That is something the American people deserve and have been denied for decades. And I support the intent 100%. But then the Pentagon responded. The Department of War announced in a video today that AARO, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, will be the office tasked with carrying out the president's directive. AARO is the Pentagon's UAP office, and their spokesperson said that AARO will, quote, consolidate records and, quote, facilitate their release. Consolidate, not release, not declassify. That is Pentagon speak for, we're going to gather everything up and decide what you get to see. Let me be very clear. You cannot trust AARO. And before I tell you why, this very office, this Pentagon office, sent a recruiter to me via LinkedIn to apply for a job. Me, a journalist who has been publicly exposing their failures. And I want you to see what they were looking for. This is that job listing for AARO, posted through a defense contractor called Arlo Solutions. Top secret clearance, SCI eligibility required. And right here, I want to show this to you. Read this with me. Knowledge of influence operations, information operations, or deception activities. Deception activities. That is a desired qualification for working at the Pentagon's office that is supposed to be transparent with lawmakers and the public on UFOs. They recruit for deception. It is in the Pentagon job description. Both directors of AARO, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick and Tim Phillips, have run disinformation on the American public regarding UAP. Kirkpatrick has personally attacked sitting members of Congress while working at the Department of Energy. Phillips has attacked military veterans who came forward as whistleblowers. Kirkpatrick ran a secret advisory board that included gatekeepers from the CIA's legacy UAP program. The very office that whistleblowers were told to trust had a CIA legacy program gatekeeper advising it. From the inside. AARO's historical report, Volume 1, was written at a 5th grade reading level. If they can't even deliver a report that passes a 5th grade reading comprehension test, how can we trust them to handle the most significant transparency initiative in American history? They're not just dishonest. AARO is incompetent. AARO does not have what is called Title 18 authority, which means they have no special investigative powers, no subpoena power, no law enforcement authority. They cannot compel a single person or a single agency to hand over a single document. They are not investigators. They are a Pentagon desk that can release only what the deep state and the Pentagon allows them to release. So, the past two leaders of AARO obviously cannot be trusted. The question is, can we trust the current one? And the answer is no. Dr. John Kozlowski may be a fine scientist, but he is a career government official who is going to take his marching orders from the same chain of command that directed the last two directors to lie to the public about UFOs. A new director does not change an office that was built and staffed and recruited to deceive. AARO did not assign themselves this job, by the way. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth did. And what Hegseth has done, whether he knows it or not, is carry the deep state's water straight into the Oval Office. AARO is the deep state. I say it again. AARO is the deep state. They recruit for deception. Their former director put CIA legacy program gatekeepers on a secret advisory board. They have no legal authority to compel anyone to do anything. and the president's own Secretary of War just handed them the keys to disclosure. The president asked for transparency. Hegseth handed him a glass of water poured by the very people who have been hiding this for 80 years. If you are serious about UAP disclosure, Mr. President, take this away from AARO. Take it away from the Pentagon entirely. Hand it to the Department of Homeland Security, an agency with actual investigative authority that operates outside the Pentagon's chain of command. Or better yet, create an independent body with real legal teeth, subpoena power, law enforcement authority, eminent domain over materials held by defense contractors. Otherwise, Mr. President, you will not go down in history as the president who disclosed the truth about UFOs. You will go down as the president who had the chance and squandered it.